Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Quarantine Kitchen. I'm your host, Paul Desman, and it's always great to see you. Thank you all again for the responses on the last episode. Yeah, the only thing I wish I had done more of that beef stir fry was to make more of it, because the leftovers only lasted about a day. We have a similar family-friendly recipe for you today. Today we're going to make some stuffed red peppers. To make my stuffed red peppers, we will need some red peppers, of course, some ground beef, some tomato sauce, some rice, whatever spices you like to season your beef, our old friends salt and pepper, an onion, and as always, we will need some cheese.
Not since episode 3 have I made a video involving stuffing food into another food. Felt like it was time. This one's pretty simple, so let's get our hands and veggies washed and dive right in. The first thing to do is to make sure that your peppers can stand on their own. Some will and some won't. For the ones in denial, make a small slice on its bottom to flatten it out. Then chop off their heads and rip out their guts! This is sounding more violent than I had intended. Anyway, set them aside and dice your onion. Now break off pieces of the ground beef, put them in a pan, and throw the diced onion on top. Fire the burner up to 11 and stir everything together until the meat is cooked through. Be sure to drain the grease out of the pan off camera. Then take 1 can of tomato sauce and pour most of it into a square casserole dish. Make it so that you have about a 1/2-inch deep pool for the peppers to swim in. Set that aside and go back to the beef. Grab the salt, pepper, and whatever meat spices you like and sprinkle them in to taste. I threw in some basil and then tried out this mystery spice. A buddy of mine, who's a much better cook than I am, gave it to me when we were both drunk. I think it's some kind of paprika. I would ask him, but I'm not sure he'd remember what spice it is or even giving it to me. It's quite tasty. Again, stir everything together. Then pour in 1 cup of rice. It would not be a bad idea to boil it for a few minutes first, but hindsight is 20/20. Whatever tomato sauce was still left in the previous can, add that to the beef and rice mixture. And you guessed it, stir that in too. Are you guys tired of garlic yet? I left it out. If you'd like me to put it back, say so in the comments. Now it's time for our standing peppers to take a swim in the tomato sauce pool. Stand them upright in the casserole dish and dump spoonfuls of beef mixture inside them. Pack them in tight. Make sure that you block the camera with your hand to create the worst shot you can find on YouTube. Then get out a 2nd can of tomato sauce and pour it all over the tops of the peppers. Make sure they are all drenched and get out some foil. Tightly cover the dish with a piece of foil and toss them into the oven. After about 40 minutes, take them out of the oven, remove the foil, and cover them in cheese. If you think you've added too much, definitely add more. Put them back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes depending on how hot your oven gets. You want the cheese to melt, but to get slightly brown on top too. Check on them every couple minutes if you need to. When you like what you see, get them out of the oven and dish it up. Make sure to add a good amount of the sauce and enjoy.
And that's how you make my stuffed red peppers. I'd love it if you dropped a like on this video. If you leave a comment, I will respond to you. This has been Quarantine Kitchen. I'm your host, Paul Desman. For more recipes like this, more fun videos like this, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face right here. Thank you very much. See you next time.